Okay, guys, nutrition 1 and 2 done. This is nutrition 3. We talked about vegetables and we talked about meats. Now let's talk about carbohydrates. All right, so carbohydrates, you guys have been doing really good with those. We're going to make a little couple changes here. Some of the most ideal carbohydrates for you to intake are as follows. Sweet potatoes are going to be one of your most ideal carbohydrates to intake that's going to give you the optimal nutrition and performance based that you can possibly get for maximum results. Now, with the sweet potatoes, you can eat them plain. You don't have to keep the skin on them. You can peel them, take the skin off of them. Couple things that can be done. One, easiest thing for me, what I like to do is I like sweetness, so I wrap the sweet potato in foil, put it in the oven, pull it out, and I'll eat it like it is plain, or I'll add a little bit of cinnamon to it and go with that. Easiest thing to do. I know a lot of you guys are putting them in crock pots. That works too. If you're crock potting them, I would definitely recommend putting it on like medium. I put it on high for 6 hours, and I wound up burning my sweet potatoes. So medium for 6 hours. 6 hours, I believe, is what the recommended time and temperature is for sweet potatoes in a crock pot. You can also come up in the little cubes, and then you can then put them on a cookie sheet, and then you can bake them in the oven, and then at the end broil them, and it'll make them kind of like crispy and kind of hard. Come in the little cubes. I don't like mine that way because they're not that sweet. So whatever you guys want to do it. Sweet potatoes are gonna be your best bet. Now your other carbs that you can intake: brown rice, quinoa still okay. Now when we say quinoa, no more quinoa pasta. It needs to be the regular plain quinoa. Little bitty pebbles, they're real small, kind of have a nutty taste to it. You cook it just like brown rice. So if you have a rice cooker, or if you have, this whatever method you use to cook brown rice, use that as well. Um, Oats, oatmeal, and oat flour. Those are our carbohydrates that can be used. Some of you guys missed the video, I think, on oat flour that I posted. So if you haven't seen that, go back and watch the video on oat flour and where it's at in Hy-Vee. The oat flour is put inside of a chocolate-based protein shake. And if you put that in your chocolate protein shake, it gives you kind of like a oatmeal cookie kind of taste. Now, liquid, oat flour, protein, liquid on top. Don't put it at the bottom. It'll stick to the bottom and you'll wind up with chunks. Okay? So, but oat flour, it's real fine, finely ground. All right? And then muesli. Muesli's in moderation 3 times a week. Okay? There's some mixed in nuts and some things like that in it. So, ideally, your best carbohydrates are your sweet potato, quinoa, and your oats. Brown rice can be thrown in there, and the muesli can be thrown in there on occasions, but your best options are the sweet potato, quinoa, and oats. So that's our carbs. Let's go over a topic that probably is one that everybody's having the hardest problem with, and that's the no dairy topic. So no cheese, no cottage cheese, no milk. I don't think anybody was drinking milk, but no dairy. So those string cheeses and things of that nature need to be cut out. All right. Dairy usually doesn't set very well for many people, for most people, and really can be a big game changer for a lot of you guys. So cut your dairy out, and then adjust your carbohydrates appropriately there. Okay. So that is nutrition piece 3. Make sure you watch nutrition part 4 and our final summary at the end.